Would you like to grow more food than you've ever dreamed of in a small space? If your answer is yes, then you've got to consider growing vertical like this. You see, I'm creating a whole screen here with a vertical roof, which I'll show you a little bit more of in a second. But this is going to use a whole more meterage of space and grow a ton more food. And you're going to want to do this, believe you me. So I'm just about to finish the vertical roof. Once we get this done, we're going to add the back wall. We'll keep completing the back wall.
So wow, how's that? Got all the roof done. And basically what we've done is we've just used ties here to tie them off, zip ties. And they're fairly cheap, so I didn't mind using those. It's better than the string stuff we used before, the twine. Looks much nicer. Unfortunately, they are a one-use plastic. So if you get clips or something that you could rebuild and take this down, maybe that would be a better option. But I quite like it. It's going to be here for years. These are hardwood timber. So they are going to be, hopefully, lasting for a very long time, these little stakes. And then over here on the corner, you can see they're called builder frame. And I can't really get over closer because on the ladder where I am. But yeah, builder frame. So they just fit into each section, and sometimes you got to make them a little bit smaller to fit the frame in, so whittle down the timber edges, and yeah, you build a frame. So we've got this part all up, and you can see, so there's a better shot of the builder frame material. So you've got 4 sort of ways like that, and then you've got a little one that jots out. You can make them longer and maybe put a longer pole and hang something off, or be a bit creative. Now what I've done here, I've got some old dog wire here that I was using for tomato cages, and we've put them on to sort of wrap them round the poles like that. And what I'm going to be doing is this is some more secondhand material that we had lying around that we've been using. I'm actually going, you can see it's sort of overlapping the dog wire there. I'm going to bring it up to the same height as the dog wire, and then up the pole, and then along here like this, and we're going to tie it off more. So these zip ties, they're perfect for this type of job. And what I've got to do is I've got to actually bring this up so it's the right height and level with the dog wire. So the first tie will just go here, and then another one probably there. Now you're probably thinking, you could have actually wrapped that into the pole when you're building it. So if you're thinking sort of in advance and you've got something like this, you could slide it over the pole. I've done that before, but this zip tie will do the first job, and we will get it in there and rock and rolling, as I like to say, and zip this in. Now when it comes in that way, that means I've made a mistake, because the lump's got to be pointing out that way. So I'll go the other way, and we'll come in, and we'll work on getting it around the dog wire as well, like that, and get it in. So it doesn't have to be exactly on the dog wire, and then we'll get it in here. Now this one, you could probably get a half a size of this. I've just got these lying around still. So I'm just going to use what I've got, but a smaller size would definitely be better for something like this. And then we'll just keep on going up. Oh, I can get that up there. So I've used smaller zip ties along here to tie off and connect this plastic grid sort of wire stuff that they use for trellising on, right along here. I've just got to cut these off and discard those bit of plastic. But what's really good about this, and this was a discovery of mine just by pure mistake, by using the dog wire at the bottom and this at the top, is I found that at the bottom you need to work a lot more sort of in the garden, and you need to sort of, when you've got plants growing up and things, you need to be able to grab through like this and maybe grab some parsley, or grab through and twine the plant up this way or back around through this way. And once the plant's got some height and it's got some strength on the actual wire and it's really based in well, it gets up to here and then really climbs through all this little grid, and then up over the roof over here which you can see, which I've still got to add on, comes up to about 1/3 of the way here, will create a bit of a canopy. And as summer comes along, what I'll do is I'll keep adding along there and create my own type of sunbreak. So like I can put shade cloth there, or I can grow more plants along the roof, along the top, to shade from the heavy summer sun that comes in here. Or I can shade at the back, because the plants are growing over here, and have the plants that love the shade more at the back, and have less growing on the grid at the front. So just a few runners coming along, and less shade and more sun loving plants here at the front. So it is a bit tricky. My arms aren't that long to reach right out. And I just want to have that inner strength in there to hold as plants grow across the top, which are going to create my shade for plants that it's just going to get too hot for. And as I said before, at the front here, if I don't carry it on out further, or I can just create a little bit of mini shade, I can have sun-loving plants more at the front. Now the trick is to just remember to cut these off. Look at that lush garden just down below. How awesome is it? And honestly, like, once everything starts growing up onto this roof and up onto the back wall, it's going to be absolutely insane and just have so much food. Well, I must say, I feel totally blessed to be able to grow food like this for pennies on the dollar and show you how I'm doing it. And when you go vertical, no matter how you grow your vertical space, just make sure you've got lots of airflow and you can get up and use the shade accordingly for the summer months, like I said, and build a structure where you can go vertical and save all that space. You know, you've not only got flat space, but you've got a vertical space as well. And you just can't beat growing up a wall. And what we're gonna do next, coming up, it'll be in a future video, we're actually going to get this sweet potato and we're gonna start growing it up this trellis. Now, isn't that exciting? Along with the pumpkin, also snake bean, and we've got some cucumbers that we transplanted in the pot. These are already out and more to go. All right, I'm Marty Ware from Marty's Garden, Australian horticulturist. If you're digging the show, make sure you give us a thumbs up. It's been an awesome video. Let me know if you're going to go vertical. Let me know if you're loving the series, and we'll see you at the next video real soon. Maybe you got something else to add down there in the comments box down below to make it even better. Bye for now.